I recently spoke with cardiologist Dr. Pradeep Jamnadas about what I think is probably the number one mistake people are making when it comes to their LDL. Check it out.
Point is, it's not just the LDL. What's most predictive of who's going to get coronary disease is small, dense LDL, damaged LDL.
From what I've seen, this is a summation of what I've seen and what I've heard from these experts. Everybody agrees the small LDLs are problematic when too high. Um, some of them believe that there's a difference, that the small LDLs are more atherogenic. Dr. Ron Krauss believes that there is a difference. Several of the lipidologists believe that it's about a wash, that they're roughly equally harmful, the large and the small LDLs. I believe this is the majority opinion in lipidology, but let's not quibble with statistics. Let's just say some people are on one side, some people are on the other. In most of the studies that I've seen, when they account for the number of particles, right, which is crucial, they find both particle sizes to be potentially harmful. The small LDLs and the large LDLs. If they're too high, both are linked to risk of heart disease.
Correct. You're absolutely right. If you want to look at one number that is probably the most predictive of future cardiovascular event rates and atherogenesis in general, the total number of particles is very important. So you want to get the total number of particles down, and it's not an easy thing to do. I've found it's difficult to do that, but I have been able to improve particle sizes. And I do that by chasing inflammation and all these risk factors that we really talked about. Are they all atherogenic, large and small? I'm not 100% sure because there are so many patients that come to me. Okay, so let me tell you, familial hyperlipidemia. They come to me with a LDL of 350, 300, and I do a coronary calcium score and it's 0. And I said, now, how did he escape all this? But when they develop metabolic disease, now they get heart disease. So the ones who have familial hyperlipidemia who also develop a metabolic disease, some form of metabolic disease, whether it's prediabetes, obesity, fatty liver, gut problems, I find that they are the ones who then now get coronary artery disease and coronary calcification. That's one thing. The second thing is that recent studies, and I don't have the study in front of me, but it's the Scottish study, it showed that when we looked at event rates in cardiac patients, it was small dense LDL that was more predictive. All were predictive, but small dense were the most predictive of who's actually going to get a adverse outcome. So right now, I try to bring the numbers down. I also try to bring the particle sizes bigger by chasing inflammation. So this is important. There are other compounding factors which we are still learning because there may be other associations with the small dense LDL versus large ones. There may be other things going on which we don't know about yet. So it's a growing area of concern. There's a lot of debate amongst people. I'm more pragmatic. I don't chase numbers so much. I chase physiology. I chase abnormalities in your body that shouldn't be there, like the fatty liver, inflammatory markers. Let's get all those down. Let's get rid of the fatty liver. Let's get rid of your inflammation, the markers. I want to see your interleukin-6 levels coming down. I want to make sure that your CRPs are coming down. I want to make sure that your small dense LDL particles become pattern A. And I've been able to do that. Make them go to pattern A. And I've been able to do that. And that has been definitely shown to improve outcomes as well. So, yeah. So there's a lot of debate. Every cardiology conference I go to, it's all about this. Yeah.
Yeah. I think most of those changes are unambiguously beneficial. A lot of these things, reducing visceral fat, reducing inflammation, reducing blood pressure. I mean, these things are clearly advantageous. And I think even if you reduce someone's small dense LDL number, in most people, that's going to reduce the total number of particles. So it's probably going to be a net positive. Yes. I think this becomes a concern when people take the corollary, when they say, oh, the small dense are really bad. Well, I have sky high ApoB, but they're fluffy, so I'm safe. That the evidence that I've seen is consistently against that. But
that's true. I have to agree with you, because the particle size and the ApoB, if you still have a large, so your particle size may be, let's say, 221 angstroms, and you're going to say, oh, that's not too bad, but you have a lot of it. That's not good. You are going to run into problems. So
Yeah.
I agree. You got to look at the whole picture, and don't become myopic just on this area only. Yeah, no, absolutely right. Absolutely right.
There's virtually 100% agreement, because that's also Dr. Ron Krause's position, that the small LDLs might be nastier particle for particle, but you don't want to have your large LDL sky high either. So there's agreement on most of it across the specialist community, as far as in my experience.